everybody.
Hello, everyone. You missed some bawdy pre-stream humor. But that's okay, because we'll have bawdy in-stream humor.
In the form of a penalty box for Boxer.
That we are playing Heaven's Vault.
That's right. Oh, yeah, I have to see the... I have to who's the what's it so I can flingle the dingle.
So proud.
Libre del muerte.
I've only ever heard of this game like 15, 20 minutes ago. So.
Oh, hold on.
I only saw... Okay, sorry.
Still adjusting some of the things here.
Yeah.
I only saw it on my Twitter feed one time, and I was like, this looks pretty cool.
Those look pretty cool.
Yep, it's one of those games I've seen around a lot. I think did it win a BAFTA? It might have been up nominee for one.
Oh yeah. One of those games that you you play it on your computer and there's images and words. And,
Okay, yeah, it was nominated for a BAFTA.
Also, yeah, Stoker, you're gonna keep using that name in a non-lesbian game.
Listen, every game is a lesbian game if you're playing it with the right people.
Okay. True.
Alright, fine. I'll change the username. Let's see.
Well, who wants to bet
Dragon
it's gonna
says, so what is this
What
game about? It is about
should-
language.
What should my username be? Does anyone have any suggestions for my display name?
How about Stoker?
Stoker? I mean, I could, but it's a little expected, don't you think?
The past is always present.
Any other suggestions?
Did it not save subtitles? Come on.
Oh,
Okay.
is there dialogue?
Also, kid, is there no volume?
Spark.
Well,
Yeah, I hear nothing.
Something that brings the past.
You're not going to hear any. You're not going to hear anything on Discord because I'm still doing the web interface. I have to explain
that's
this like
right.
20 times now.
Well, I forgot that that's what was happening.
Oh, so
Dialogue font makes me think of XKCD.
Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Did. Also, I'm digging the whole it's like Jesus in the wilderness with like the housekeeping robot or some shit. Already interested.
That's exactly it.
It's got this very unique art style and way it shows the characters with like these after images.
Wait, do you have a health bar? I didn't expect a health bar in a point-and-click game. Closest thing that did that from my memory was Clock Tower.
I think it's a proximity meter or a timer, not a health bar.
Actually, you're right. I see it
What's
filling up
maybe?
now.
My bad. Should I be writing this down?
Yes, Jonas. It's up to you.
Well, no, this is okay. Language is one of those things where my brain's just like, ooh, a challenge. Like, it's like asking me to Google stuff.
The
The University
of Blocks?
10X.
Yuck.
You're a...
My story.
Frederick says the
begins on Io.
fictional language is actually randomized in each
Was where I
playthrough,
met
so you
the
can't
river.
just look up guides online.
I know
well,
that.
that's good to know.
You ever play one of
I
those
know that
games
the way
where-
that the language is constructed is that each letter is actually a single unit of meaning, so they can just swap those around whatever they want.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got the notepad. notepad.
There's in-game notepads for that kind of stuff.
Miller.
Don't take away Jonas's notepads. It's all he has, Miller.
Yeah, this is like me figuring out the superfluous hypertube network. You know.
Or you printing out a sheet of
Okay,
your
look.
Risk of Rain
What's wrong with
items,
that,
and then I
sir?
look at it and I'm just like, these aren't good.
Okay. Worked for me. I made it to Mithrix. Okay.
Did you make it to Mithrix on your own?
All right, look. Why must you yuck my yum?
Because my yum is yucking.
Why must you ruin Christmas for me?
I can't believe Miller's ruining Christmas.
Because Christmas is Canada.
Christmas is Canada.
Yeah, why must you ruin my Canadian Christmas?
Hmm.
I just finished my maple tree.
Oh, maple tree, oh, maple tree.
Funny thing is, Bear Hugger in Punch Out has a pine tree for his chest hair, and I was laughing at that.
Hating all over my cheat sheet. You know, that's how we used to do it, okay? I mean, back in the days of Nintendo Power, we just had those things sitting there while we were playing the video games. And that was all we needed.
I
That
was
was good
15
enough for us.
when my Ari
We
rescued
liked
me
it.
from the slums
But
of
no,
El
you
Breath
you
and
kids are
brought
like,
me
we're
here.
running YouTube.
I'd
Okay.
never seen such luxury
Stupid
or
Zoomers.
such kindness.
Can't believe you.
I still
How
don't
dare.
know why she
Get a
did
job.
it.
Rude.
I think isn't
If you have a job
Miller
already, get
one
a
of the
second job.
only isn't Miller one of the only people in this chat with a traditional job?
That's true, I think.
Right? Wait, Stoker, I thought you had a day job.
I did, but then I took an
Mm.
arrow to the face.
Hmm.
Stoker's day job was like face target.
Yeah. It's
Well, no, GC has a normal job, doesn't he? Call center stuff.
I said one of the only ones.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Thought you had me there, didn't ya?
I
I did, but you weaseled your way out of it.
That's right.
You
I got
slinky
weasel
bat.
powers. I am a slinky little bitch, let me tell you.
I did not say the second word.
Yeah, well, I did. And you know why I said it?
Because you're trying to make sense of this eagle-shaped brooch that we're looking at.
Yes. Only no. It's exactly that, only it's actually something completely different.
My God.
Excuse me.
Walking squiggles.
Wasn't that a Junji Ito comic? Hey, Jonas, you know about the new Junji Ito Netflix series, right?
I know of it. I have not seen any like previews for it or anything.
It's, okay. I'm a little disappointed that it's not more than just okay, but...
Well, it's Netflix. They probably got like corporate fingers in it.
Yeah, I hate corporate fingering.
No, but I mean seriously though. I mean I'm sure that with all the Netflix stuff that I watch, I get the feeling that a lot of it's kind of like, okay, they had something very specific they wanted to do with it, so they're like they're getting that exact. There's a feeling with stuff where there's a lot of executive meddling. I can't describe it, but there's definitely a feeling of it.
Well, I mean, Junji stuff is kind of hard to translate from manga to other forms anyway, because for one thing, they always insist on doing it in color. And half the fun and creepiness of his work is that super detailed black and white ink work.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to do a Junji Ito series, it would probably be like a very limited palette, at least.
Yeah. That's I mean, that's frankly what you should do. Anyway, I
Are
don't
we
know
sure we
why.
haven't completely lost our minds at this point? Because
I
I
listen,
mean, you two
man.
probably have.
Listen, man.
this art style is so odd. Why don't they have any feet?
They're all snake people.
I mean,
Or
I like
Sneeple.
It's intriguing, but like, where's the feet?
They're Sneeple, Jonas.
I mean, when they're what I really mean to say is when they're moving, why are they semi-transparent?
Yeah, but they're still Sneeple.
All right, fine, fair enough.
They're all ghosts. Ghosts don't have feet.
Exactly. Exactly. See, or there are some cultures where the ghosts do have feet, but their feet are on backwards, and that's how you tell they're ghosts. That's a thing. I'm not making it up.
I like the Japanese ones where they're like hopping umbrellas with eyeballs and sandals.
I mean, to be fair, Jonas, if you saw a hopping umbrella with eyeballs and sandals, how would you react?
Penguin.
Well, that's an interesting take, GC. I admit I hadn't considered that.
He's got
The
a
penguin evolved his umbrellas.
I admit that had not occurred to me. You're a master of thinking outside the box, GC.
Man, I love being a kid sometimes.
Chuck E. Cheese's. Anyway. Fuck was I talking about?
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, Junji Ito.
Yeah, friend beloved. Those letters look like the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Maybe they
I
are.
don't know where my brain is these days. Emperor? Holy Emperor?
Man, I wish I had. Actually, I'm gonna get a pen and paper. I really want to write this down.
Yeah, I need to see more of an alphabet, but it's interesting.
Ooh, oh, that was loud.
So he would wait. He was not created. He was found.
Like potatoes.
Sorry, what about potatoes?
He was comparing the occurrence of robots to the occurrence of potatoes.
Yeah, that apparently they dig them out of the ground instead of, constructing them.
Well, yeah, that's how I always get my potatoes.
Miller, I can't believe. I'm still mad that you don't like my cheat sheet. I'm gonna be butthurt about that for like 5 more minutes.
Wait, don't like what now?
My cheat sheet, the awesome cheat sheet I worked hard on for Risk of Rain 2 so that I could support you guys. So mad. I'm so mad. Chad, I'm mad.
He's angry.
I'm taking my squishy ball and I'm really squishing it. Okay,
My favorite Jonas moments are when his voice just gets all scrunched up to the point you can barely understand what he's saying.
I'm scrongly.
You are scrongly.
I am deeply. My soul is scrongly.
You're my scrongly little scrungle.
I have no bungle, and I'm a scrungle.
I'm sorry about your lack of bungle there, Jonas. It's a problem that afflicts nobody but you.
Now I'm even more
gonna be
scrungle.
like,
Thanks.
I was gonna be like, it's a problem that afflicts like 1 in every 10 guys, and I'm like, nah, it's just you.
No, just completely isolate me. Just cast me out. Oh, check this guy out. Not everybody can pull off mustard yellow.
As a matter of fact, I dare say most people can't pull off mustard yellow.
Yeah.
If I dare say, I'd say no one could pull off mustard yellow.
Not even Colonel Mustard Yellow.
Yeah.
Nope, that's how we knew he was the killer. Only a psychopath would wear that color.
That's true.
When you think of Colonel Mustard's a killer, what weapon do you think he usually kills with?
The mustard.
I mean, The mustard, yes. When I think of Colonel Mustard, like, I know that it varies, of course, depending on any playthrough, but he always strikes me as a revolver type.
He uses
Same here.
wax to like sharpen his mustache to like lethal points, and then just like pulls it off and then flings it at people. Like,
You know what? This also sounds reasonable.
This guy always came across to be as the
He
knife
began
person
to
or
talk
the
with such
wrench.
passion.
Hey, Jonas,
his
have you ever
eyes
seen any clips from
and
an
he seemed
old
to grow
game
at
show
least
from the
an inch taller.
50s called What's My Line?
not in a while. I do vaguely remember seeing some stuff of that, but why was it?
Because they have one of the things they would do on that show is they would have like a mystery guest. Because, you know, they have regular people come on the show and the panelists would try to guess what their line of work was, what their occupation was. And they would also have celebrities come on the show. And the panelists would be blindfolded and try to guess who they were.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing that up entirely because there was an episode where the mystery guest was Salvador Dali. And it really threw me for a loop because I have this tendency to think of Dali like he's way back in the past. And
Yeah,
I'm like, no, he was on 50s TV. Okay.
Yeah, he was like during the time of the pyramids. That's when they built him.
Yes, that's when they built him. Thank you.
I never
That was
hear
when
that.
he made.
Stoker, next you're gonna tell me like Guernica was painted in like 1983 or something.
Yeah.
Empress.
I never got to watch What's My Life, but every time I hear that show, I keep thinking of that the Dalmatian movie where.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like-
What's My Crime? Yeah, that was pretty good. It's probably where the one of the few remnants of What's My Line that's left in modern popular culture, if even 101 Dalmatians could be considered modern popular culture anymore.
Her TV show did pretty good. Not the old one. I mean the more recent, updated one.
Yeah, the one with the Flugelhugel.
How would any of these be related to Holy?
Maybe laborers
Yeah,
or like
laborers would
work.
probably maybe.
That's right. I gotta write these down.
Like I'm thinking the word labor usually means not just a thing you have to do, but it's a thing you do with a heightened purpose.
We don't have to get everything correct. We probably will not get everything correct right away.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know why?
It's a lot of
I insist
intuiting
on-
based on context.
I insist on getting everything correct.
Well, then you'll never get anything done.
I have very high standards, and that's why, yes, I never get anything done.
I was gonna say, wait, that actually makes sense for Stoker.
You have a ship in the desert. Well, not the first time I heard of it. But I still think ship in a desert.
The timeline. Wow, that is really precise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, it is.
But it's used for just this section. I think the rest of the time you use the timeline, it's like ancient thing. It's just like 1500 this king died. 200 this war happened.
You know what's funny? It's like the interesting thing is like you could just. I mean, if it's just for remembering things that happened, you could just have like a journal. Like you don't need to know unless there's a reason why the time gauge is important.
I'm an archaeologist, not a doctor.
Moon of pigs and rice.
Pigs and rice.
Yeah.
Just like Mom used to make.
Beef is nice.
Hey,
I knew you or
Yes,
I
you,
was
you
going
need
do
to
that.
lash your ship with ropes. You know, your ship, your
Wait.
spaceship.
Is it a space trip or is it a sea trip?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't tell. I'm pretty sure it's a sea trip.
Is it like Treasure Planet where it's just the same thing?
sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Treasure Planet.
Maybe without the Goo Goo Dolls song though.
No, the Goo Goo Doll song is mandatory.
I'm still here.
So space is nothing to see.
Yeah. When I heard that in like what was it 2000,
Oh.
I was like, that's so touching, it's so beautiful. And then and then now it's just like, okay, that's some sugary pop stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
so
you're-
now you can travel along the streams of the nebula.
Oh my god.
Okay. So now, yeah.
This completely killed my
now-
computer the first time I tried to play this game.
Really?
Yes.
Now it's Treasure Planet.
Is it like super high GPU or something?
Well,
Yeah, it's probably too particle intensive.
This does feel very Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be like a solar sailor or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Just like
It glides on the winds of a space nebula, the
Nice.
stellar nebula.
you ever played Pirates of Arcadia or Skies of Arcadia? Also a bit like that.
Haven't heard of that one.
It's one of the it was a Dreamcast game, which is probably why you haven't heard of it. And it got re-released many years later on like GameCube and PC and stuff like that. You can get it on Steam these days. But it was originally Dreamcast exclusive.
You ever watch like behind the scenes movies for like movies that came out, like animated movies that came out like 20 years ago, like Titan A and stuff like that? And they're like, yeah, we rendered this on a computer that had like 30 whole megabytes of memory. It was really difficult. And now you can do the same effects on like a home PC essentially with games like this.
Nope, that's never happened to me.
All right, Lord.
Can't even comprehend it.
Dracon says, funny, Rick, you mentioned that's on GDQ right now. No, that's right. I forgot that GDQ has like weekly events
We
now.
stepped off the ship and into the mud.
Well, GDQ has never
Mud
forgotten
covered the
Nugents.
ground and rock.
I put in
Yeah.
my usual like $10 this year. I
And
couldn't really-
everywhere I looked,
there wasn't
things
really much
were
more room in the
growing
budget,
from the mud.
but I do what I can.
And some of those things had legs.
And you do it beautifully.
Thank you.
There's the pig. Now where's the rice?
It's in the pig.
There it is.
Go to make donations later. But I gotta start getting back into that. I miss doing that.
You imagining this robot guy with C-3PO's voice?
God, C-3PO became like the gold standard for like butler robots for like a generation.
Yeah, because he's gold.
All right, look. Hey, did anybody like not notice his funny colored arm? The
It's
first
his leg.
It's whatever. See, there you go. Quality save, Jonas. But like, I never noticed that in the original movie. Like, it was
Yeah,
some Mandela
it's-
effect kind of shit.
It's something that they don't draw attention to, and I don't think they included it in the toys for a very, very
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, no, I remember that was absolutely not a thing in the toys. So it just never like coded into my youthful memory.
Yeah, and it's kind of a subtle effect. Because of
The
the
air smelled
movies
earthy
and their like
and sweet.
70s ass color.
Yeah. Technicolor, I think.
You're a Technicolor.
I will take it.
But yeah, no, it is something that I don't recall noticing as a kid. In fact, I don't recall noticing it until it was pointed out to me
I don't think I've
specifically.
noticed it at all. In fact, what am I talking about?
In fact, who am I? Who are you? Who am I? How'd I get here? But yeah, you're not the only one who didn't notice that. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, of course, I noticed the red arm, but before that, I never noticed the yeah. But then I went back to like watch all the episodes in order, and it was like, oh, wait a minute.
Now, when you say in order,
I mean in you know what I mean, 1 through 9 in consecutive sequel number order.
In story order.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
It's a weird experience, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very weird experience watching movies that were not intended to be watched in a certain sequence in a certain sequence.
Yeah, and there's like whole articles about how like it doesn't work if you watch it in order, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
I mean, it doesn't.
But I mean, it's science fantasy. I give it a pass. I'm okay with, it's like same thing with Indiana Jones. It's like, like if you scrutinize it too much, it's not going to make sense anymore. Especially like, nuclear explosion, fridge, etc., etc.
No, I demand perfectly realistic logic in everything, regardless of what it is.
Joker would be really good at cinema sins. Ding!
Ding!
No, you only get one sin. Okay, fine. Again.
Jonas, listen. If you're trying to limit me to one sin, I got some bad news for you, and that news is that you started way too late.
Darn.
Pathfinding in this game is interesting.
The art style for the people, not the background, but the characters, reminds me a little bit of Archer. I mean, it's cool, but I'm just saying.
This was what passed for a street on Mayersey. Buildings on stilts, jumping out of the bushes like children. It was so quiet.
Just wander past pigs. It's not like they're
Three paths met.
dangerous animals or anything.
They're just doing their
I could
thing.
imagine them all
They're just pigging it up.
sitting around here in the evenings,
They're
picking up
just
the slack.
sipping rucker
They're just pigging
and
around.
singing.
I was just gonna say that.
Aren't pigs like really chill unless you're, like,
Unless you try to take a bite out of
unless
them.
you're like tipping them over or something?
I mean, yeah.
Pig tipping.
Basically, you don't want to bother pigs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sure.
You don't
Pig
want to ever
tipping's
be
a
in a
big
position
problem.
where you're. You don't want to be in a position where you're lower to the ground than the pig is,
Oh.
because
Nice.
that's like an invitation for them to start nipping or rolling onto you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm on a farm, I'm gonna be far the hell away from the livestock. I mean, goats are cool, but
It's gonna make
Oh, you're
milking
saying
difficult.
you're gonna go work at a farm? You're gonna be a farm hand? You're gonna go work for a farm lady?
apparently, like, generations of ancestors on Dad's side were like rice farmers. I don't think I could have hacked it. I just don't. That shit is difficult. Okay.
Well, you know what, Jonas?
Like, I know my limitations. I would not last on a farm.
It's-
What was it, Captain N said? I'm a valley boy. I get my milk through a straw.
Ah, yes, that great role model, Captain N.
Yeah, I'm right. Dude, he had a Nintendo controller belt buckle. What could be cooler than that?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Shush.
Or...
You can make fun of me, but you can't make fun of Captain N. He was the video game master.
He was the video game boy. He was the one who
Who
wins.
wins? Joker. Can you imagine if they rebooted that as like a serious live action film with like Cillian Murphy or somebody?
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me that much.
So, interesting development here. This is not just like a poor village or something. This is literally a village of slaves, apparently.
Cool.
That's what it
To
sounds like.
the Eoxians, which they recognize our character as one of them.
Isn't Eoxian one of those products that Billy Mays used to sell before he died?
Oh no.
And this is where a whole bunch of people make me go old, but you feel old by going, who?
Billy Mays.
And then I'm like, ah! My face starts melting
Yeah,
off
just, like, crumble into dust,
like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well, you went the more interesting route. All right, fair enough.
Listen, I will not crumble
Who's
when
Billy
I can
Mays?
melt.
Is he the guy that sold me the towel and said I'm gonna love his nuts?
Whoa. Miller.
Wow, Miller. Sham wow, Miller.
Boxer. You need a Bob Miller. He's Bird's getting peckish.
Oh my god, Jonas.
Yeah.
You stop that right now, mister.
Got his feathers ruffled.
Wait, there's more.
No, there isn't. There's
Bop.
never more.
Zoom bop bop ba da ba.
Never more. Like the
What?
Raven.
When you watch all those like pitchmen on TV who are like, blah blah, wait, there's additional offers. You know, like I just always imagine them like coming home to like like their family and they just can't shut it off. Bring me my pipe. It's like, or something like that. Where are my slivers?
But wait, there's more!
Bedrooms are like door number 1, door number 2. You know.
His wife's being like, there's so much laundry to do today. And he like puts another hamper next to her and he's like, but wait, there's more!
And then she's like, that's it, and she calls her lawyer.
Boxer didn't see what it was, but he bopped you anyway.
It's
Boxer.
okay, Boxer. Take our word for it.
We should just call you Bopper.
Bopsker.
Just Bopper.
The big bopper.
Oh, hang on, what do we got?
Thing looks a little bit like Emperor, so is it Empress?
Let me look. You think a goddess? Maybe water? No. Maybe light? Shit, this is like cultural context. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we do have like some context for this. This thing is on a fertile moon.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, probably water. Like moon fertility, yeah, water makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Why are you bobbing me, Boxer? I'm innocent.
Yeah, whatever. I've seen your sketchbook. And not just because of all the stuff you've drawn for me.
Yeah.
Ooh. Got a little choked up there for a second.
Yes, we played Tunic.
We did play Tunic.
I like how she always looks kind of incredulous. Like, is this really happening to me? Am I really have to deal with this shit? Like, her arms are on her hips. She's kind of like,
How's she
Yeah.
like, Jonas?
she's like,
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I understood
Roscoe
the
Monasco. Hey
nuances.
Rick, at also everyone, have you played Tunic? We did play Tunic on this stream.
hell
Was
yeah.
a while ago, but we
Yes.
did it.
Love that game.
Pretty good.
I wasn't fully paying attention when we did that because I wanted to do my own playthrough without spoiling too much.
8 out of 10 for me.
But yes, we played it.
It should have. I mean, I don't mind that it got beat out for the Game Award, but it should have gotten an award. You know, in my opinion.
It was nominated, though.
Yeah, it was nominated, which is in and of itself an achievement.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
Also, if you listen to the dev stuff, like the Andrew Schultz, he does videos where he talks about the making of, and he has this really calm kind of NPR voice. It's oddly soothing.
Should come up with some horrible ASMR things for him to say.
Stray's a great game, also an incredible game, but I just personally I like Tunic better.
Personally,
Yeah.
you.
I don't want to live on this
personally
planet
prefer-
anymore.
Fox emoji, greater than symbol, cat emoji.
Oh, snizzle snap! I can't believe you would say that right in front of GC.
Totally
This-
did though.
This raccoon's going in the penalty box. That's it.
Ah, can't
He's
keep me
making the
here.
sad kitty face and everything.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not playing this hockey game with you.
No. Just throw all the hockey sticks on Jonas down in the penalty box.
No. Fine.
Not
Which
coming up
place
with
should
very
I
hard.
go?
Well, that went from denial
Marketplace
to
or
acceptance
just-
really quickly, Jonas.
Go out here. Have a feeling that either way could be something, but I don't know.
Try it.
Hmm.
And the worst that can happen is you get,
Game overed. I don't know.
You get raided by space pirates and you're
We're gonna
dead.
just go to Renaki
Wait.
first.
I do that.
Oh, I can't plot a course there.
3. Wow. Going.
I'd
for a
have
deep
to
dive.
fly there directly.
That doesn't mean it's going to take you several thousand years to get there, does it?
No.
Yes. In real time. So everybody buckle in for a longer stream than
Hey.
usual.
Relativistic travel can be a bitch. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's because you have to deal with your family.
Yeah, thank you. Did you know that because of relativistic effects, your head is experiencing a slightly different amount of time than your feet? It's micro minute, but it is.
Yeah, by the
true.
time you die, your feet are about 1 day older than your head is.
Is that what it is? Nice.
Something like that.
You know, I thought my feet looked a little bit wrinklier than my head does. Like I say, they're old souls.
Okay. You know what? Why? What?
Simon
Stoker
Tesla
should
says
be
I'd be
in-
surprised if it was that much. It might not be that much. It might be like a second over a whole lifetime. I don't know. I just remember it hearing something that it was like one blank over a lifetime.
I mean, you could probably calculate it if you wanted to be super pedantic, but
I know it's a
Miller
little more of a thing for when people who visited space.
Oh yeah, that's right. And satellites regularly experience slight relativistic slowdown. I think that's how GPS satellites work.
Well, relativistic speed up.
Yeah, speed up.
More gravity means you go slower in time. So if you leave Earth's gravity well, you will start moving through time faster.
Right. relative to the frame of reference on Earth.
Correct. Which, for our current civilization, is really the only time frame that matters.
You were gonna say something a minute ago, Jonas, when I
Was
made
I?
my old souls comment.
Yeah, I was like, GC, why did you put him in the hockey box?
I'd have a ball in there.
How rude.
I just
Also, you don't have a ball in hockey, GC. You have a puck.
But I just curl up into a ball. How's that, Stoker?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that sounds like a Sanic.
Reset.
I wonder if you could technically
And
consider a puck a
misturning
ball.
and following the arrows.
Oh, I see.
You want me to go this way?
I mean, if a hot dog could be a
No.
sandwich, then a puck could be a ball. I'm just saying. Oh, shit.
Okay, but people are not agreed on a hot dog being a sandwich. This isn't like a universal concurrent thing. It is, in fact, hotly debated by the kind of people who
this is the
debate this
correct
kind
direction.
of bullshit.
Well, when I become emperor of all of the planet, then I'll just make a law, like sacred law, and anyone who defies me, like get their everything chopped off.
But Jonas, people need their everything.
I mean,
Yes, Miller?
they might need it, but I might need it more.
I see how it is, Miller. Well, I, for one, am not in favor of everything ectomies.
Above the crystal moon. Why would anyone come to a lonely spot like this? I keep on trying to move the mouse cursor on the screen, but that's not mine.
Yeah, but man, wouldn't it be weird? Wouldn't it weird Rick out so much if you suddenly were able to?
Like one of those, like that moment in The Ring with the fly on the screen. Anyway.
Yeah, I love that.
SSH space Rix_computer. Enter.
Don't shush, Rick.
Not shush.
I know what SSH is, but couldn't resist. But what was that like horse whinny there, Stoker?
I don't know.
Ray
Listen,
says this
sometimes
is a
I
lot
just
more
make
calmer than
sounds.
moving through space in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, you're not having to fight gummy things.
Gummy.
And Heartless.
Don't fight the gummy bears.
But what if you did have to fight the gummy bears? How would you possibly defeat them?
It's true.
I was laughing.
Power of words.
I couldn't believe when I first heard him call gummy ships. I was like,
A moment
look,
later, the
Casey,
boat
you
was
can't
gone.
have to copyright on everything out there. Gummy ships belongs to. I realized, wait, shit, you guys do own gummy bears.
Yep.
Yeah, you would defeat them with the power of language because you would tell them that there is a holy water goddess on this one planet, and they'd be like, okay, whatever, why do we care about that? And then you would tell them she's thick as hell, and then they would immediately leave.
She's dummy thick.
Hang on, thick water goddess, where is she now?
Meh. Well, there's
And in a
talking about
box.
See?
the
This is why you need to pay attention to the game instead of always talking over it.
I am
You missed
paying
out on the thick water goddess, Stoker.
No.
It says no, she's gummy thick. Okay.
Gummy thick.
That's a good one.
That actually gives me ideas for art, but never mind.
No, don't never mind, Jonas. I won't let you forget.
That'll
Unless
be in
I
the bonus
forget.
features.
In the bonus.
Okay, I guess we're gonna open this and this will turn into a horror game.
Yay! My favorite kind of development.
Hope there's a snake in here.
Say this year is the year of horror games, so why not?
I don't know why there would be a snake in there, since we established that the rock below us doesn't have any air.
What
It's
was
one
the
of those
mystery-
anaerobic snakes.
What was the mystery with? It was, I think it was on a train, and there was like there was the snake was the murder weapon. Like
Are
they
you
just,
talking about Sherlock Holmes?
was it Sherlock Holmes? I forget.
Was it the Adventure of the Speckled Band?
It might have been. I mean,
Because that's one of the weaker Holmes stories. Because like the guy who died, his death message is like, "Oh, the speckled band," because it's like the speckled band of the snake's body, and that his death message was, "Ah, the speckled band," and not, "Oh shit, it was a snake." You know, like a normal person who's trying to tell you how he died would do.
Okay, so this
Guardian
ends with the word goddess or something like it.
Check.
That is, you see the word goddess in it. There's also this part right here. So
Pray.
pray,
Yeah,
probably.
that would be, yeah. Guardians. Yep, sure. Pilgrims.
We.
This is banished, which is banished, but I'm not certain about that. But banished seems like it'd be more in common with pilgrims.
Yeah. I mean, moving populations, sure. It's got the little hat on it. You know, the little hats.
Maybe.
I'm actually like fascinated by this game. I'm just, because it's easier to riff on it.
I definitely like to write down the words to translate it myself.
There's an almanac you can look through at any time of the words you've seen.
Well, it even shows up while you're doing it too, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
gives you hints.
Yeah, if you're looking at any word that you're trying to translate and it has the same glyphs as any other word, then it tries to like pull ones that are similar.
Which is pretty cool, actually.
That's mighty convenient.
I guess it, does the game have a difficulty? I don't know.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Yeah, this one is like way different than anything we've had so far.
It's got one of the hooky doodlies.
It has one of the symbols for prey on
The
it.
hooky doodlies.
Let's see.
It has that one right there.
Yeah.
Something
might
to
just
the
be-
goddess.
Which could mean like
Either follow or cry. I don't know though.
Follow?
Well,
so it might be hold on, go back real quick. So I'm thinking like the thing for prey, if it's supposed to be like something goddess, I think it's like speak to goddess, right? Pray, which means that first part is speak to. So then this one would be like speak
cry?
to something else. So yeah, some kind of like cry, shout. Yeah.
If it means like shout as opposed to like weep, then yeah, I'd say yeah.
So it's like speak to warrior or something like that. Or speak to dead, or speak to the fallen.
Go back to Axe.
Fuck, just says, oh god, those games are infuriating. Why? You mean Ace Attorney? You found Ace Attorney infuriating?
They can be. Like, the thing about the Ace Attorney games is that they have such a specific chain of logic that you have to follow. That
Yeah, I
even
can
if
see it.
you figured out the solution before the game has presented you the proper chain of logic to follow, you still have to figure out the chain of logic to get to the solution according to the game's satisfaction.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see how that would be irksome.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not the games aren't bad, and it's not something that makes them that's like a universal problem that plagues them every single time. But it is an issue that you will sometimes run into with those games.
I have to admit, it didn't bother as much because I was so engrossed in playing BC Sherlock.
B. Sherlock. Yes, Herlock Sholmes. I told you the reason for that, right?
Was that?
So, okay. The original Sherlock Holmes was used in some of those French the Lupin novels about the original Lupin in France.
Oh, yeah?
And the Arthur Conan Doyle's estate contacted them and shook their finger at them most angrily, and were like, "You will not use Sherlock Holmes in your stories." And so they said, "Okay, fine. He's not Sherlock Holmes. He's Herlock Sholmes." And then because
And his assistant Juan Johnson.
because Lupin the Third was so popular in Japan, people started putting Herlock Sholmes in things as a little tip of the hat to the original Lupin characters.
Nice.
So it's
Yeah,
like
I
in
still-
jokes on top of in jokes.
I need to watch, like, go back and watch all the Lupin 3 series proper, but that's a lot.
It is,
Wow.
and also they are really quite insane.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, that's one reason I really want to see it, but, like, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, that's a feature, not a
But-
bug.
You look at the number of episodes and movies, and it's like, okay, that's a commitment.
Every time I think of Lupin, I think of, you remember Technicolor Pie?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she's huge into Lupin. God, I haven't talked to her in so long. Wonder how she's doing. I should poke her and find out.
What's the name? What's the name of Layton, Professor Layton? That's
Ah,
it,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to like detective that looks like the Muppet with the little beady eyes. You know. Um,
Wow, amazing. That's his original Japanese name.
That's another.
Also, the
thing.
Muppet with the little beady eyes does not narrow it down that much.
No, I thought that because like, he's got the little beady eyes, and I don't know, that just makes me think Muppet. Maybe and his head's kind of capsule shaped. That also makes me think Muppet. So look, Muppet. Okay, just Muppet.
Anyway, why were you bringing
Muppet.
him up, Jonas?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad to know that ultimately there was no point to this.
Nah, that's I was gonna say that's another series I want to check out, but I'm not sure that is an actual anime. I think that's just a game series.
Well, yeah, it is a game series. I don't know if they ever made an anime version or not. Someone out there knows. It's just not me. I do know that there is a at least one crossover game between Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright, though.
Right.
Yeah.
At least one. Possibly more.
Oh, it's on 3DS. I might actually be tempted to get that.
Oh, are you now?
For all the the once a year occasion where I actually break out the 3DS and actually track down the charging cable.
You're gonna look at the calendar and you're like, oh, it's 3DXmas. It's
No, but
3DSmas.
literally, I'll be like, oh, okay, I've got like a 3 hour, plane ride or something. Maybe maybe I should actually break out the 3DS. Oh, that's right, it has that stupid proprietary cable. That's somewhere in my abode, somewhere.
Why is your abode with you on the plane?
All right, you know what? Um,
Every time I hear the word abode, I think of the Monster Mash. I was reading about how the creator of the Monster Mash, singer and writer and everything, Bobby Pickett,
Yeah.
credited as Bobby Boris Pickett, was like he tried to do other follow-up novelty songs, but nothing ever quite did as well as the Monster Mash did.
yeah.
But he had very good humor about it in later years. Like there's one time I read about him going to a show to do a concert, and he's like, and now we present a medley of my greatest hit.
One-hit wonders in the 60s were the memes of their time.
I mean, they kind of were. The 60s was like the peak era of the novelty song. There were a lot of very weird songs that got shockingly popular
Yeah.
in the 60s and 70s. Like not just the Monster Mash, but like the Purple People Eater.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then later on in the 70s you had frickin' Disco Duck.
It's probably because the youth generation was on acid, so everything sounded a lot more interesting and weird.
Okay, but is that really that different from today?
There.
Well, okay, no, they're not on acid these days. They're just all on the Mary Joanna. The devil's lettuce. The sticky icky.
The sticky icky.
The wacky tobacco. I don't know if any of those are actually genuine terms
You know
that
what?
anybody
Go
uses.
with it. Just go with it. You created it. It's out there now. That's how copyright works.
That's how copyright... Yeah, okay, all marijuana euphemisms are now copyright me. I'll make a fortune. It's like the Joker with his laughing fish scheme.
God.
I have no idea what prompted this entire line of discussion. Is
We're
someone
just-
snoring?
What? I think that's Miller.
Is Miller
Oh.
snoring?
I don't think he's snoring. I think it was just snorting.
Miller?
No, I'm not snoring.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what a snoring would say.
It's true.
That's what a Snorlax would say.
Yeah.
Are you a Snorlax, Miller?
Hard laugh.
Relaxation.
Snorlax, more like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
one. Wow, Stoker. Damn. That was
Yeah, that's right. I said
yeah,
it. I
that
said
was
what other
amazing.
people are afraid to say.
Yeah, or rather you didn't.
They're afraid to say it because they don't know what it is.
That's fair. Mannequin says Snorlax more like Borlax, am I right? You know what? There you go. That's
There.
it right there. You said it, now it's out there. That's how copyright works.
I'll show them how many boners the Joker can make. Oh god, did you hear, Jonas? This is actually sad. Did you hear that Mark Hamill said he doubts he'll ever voice the Joker again now that Kevin Conroy has died?
Yes.
Aww. You know what? That's fair though. That's fair. You know
That's 100% fair.
that's respectful, and that's okay.
Yeah, like I understand it. It's sad, but I understand it because he was like whenever anyone asked him to come back and do the Joker again, the first question he would always ask was apparently is Kevin in?
Yeah.
Well, it's like they were the duo, right? So
Yeah, they really were. But they were like the Laurel and Hardy of bats punching supervillains.
they're like the Ryan and Colin by Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah. But yeah, that's it's truly the end of an era right there.
Oh, we could always pick up the slack, now can't we? Oh,
Nope.
Ouch. That hurt.
Yeah, don't do that to your voice, Jonas.
Joker here. Okay.
They're like the Goku and Vegeta. No.
The Goku and the Vegeta. Well,
I didn't know that recently either, Roscoe. Like he came out as gay.
It was. He actually.
yeah. He was closeted for many years.
Yeah. No, he
Um,
actually. It's interesting because he actually authored. He didn't draw it, but he wrote a short comic about.
Yeah.
It. A really interesting, moving short comic that you should also check out. About
Yeah, it was
how,
part of the DC Pride anthology. I
Yeah.
think they released it for free online after his death.
being closeted, kind of informed his portrayal of Bruce Wayne a little bit. And
Yeah.
It's really interesting. But anyway,
It's a very good comic.
yeah.
A little tough, but
Yeah,
good.
it's
Tough to
tough.
read in parts, but good. Hub-a-dub. But yeah. Mm.
I remember Mark Hamill talking about behind the scenes stuff for when he was first cast as Joker and he was trying to figure out the voice.
Yeah,
And he
he's like,
talked about-
he's all teeth.
He's all teeth.
He's all teeth. It's true though.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And you look at that and it's like, okay, yeah, that's the voice. That's it right there.
I like the stories of him practicing his laugh to and from the auditions where like he's just sitting on the LA freeway cackling to himself in his car and he's like, I'm sure in LA nobody was paying attention to me. But...
Yeah.
And I do mean it's sitting on the LA freeway because if you're any of those people who've traveled those interstates and highways, you know that they're not big on moving.
There's a reason why in Los Angeles you measure everything, all distances in terms of minutes, or hours in some cases. Also, because you also say, you don't say I'm on 405, you say I'm on the 405 because it's an experience. It's something. It's a trial that you have to. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. I was there 3,000 years ago when the strength of men failed. God, God, we have in jokes on top of in jokes at this
Yeah, we
point.
do.
So how's everyone doing?
That'd be
How
good.
y'all doing in the chat tonight? Jeremy asked, Tim Curry is the Joker. I would have happily accepted that, but it would have been different.
Would have been very different. I have heard the recordings that are now public knowledge of him as the Joker. It would have been a very different take. Now, obviously, of course, I'm used to the Mark Hamill version, so of course that's the version that I have, that I prefer.
Tim Curry's Go ahead.
Yeah, Tim Curry's version sounds like so much, what's the word I'm looking for? He sounds...
He sounds kind of... all of Tim Curry's characters sound like eyebrow waggle, like that. Whereas Mark Hamill's Joker sounds more like he's just cackling and, he's just...
Yeah, Tim Curry's version sounds a bit grubbier and sleazier is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Tim Curry's characters are always making like bedroom eyes at you, even when it's just the voice.
Especially when it's just the voice.
Bedroom voice. But no, Mark Hamill's Joker is more like, I'm just an ancient spirit of chaos, enjoying the moment, And it's good. It's good.
He's what some of his influences for that were. He took like some of the Big Blue Meanie from Yellow Submarine, and Claude Rains from the original Invisible Man. Have you ever seen the original Invisible Man, the Universal?
Not in a long time.
Well, you know what, Jonas? The only correct answer to that is no, of course, I've never seen the Invisible Man.
No, Stoker, I've never seen the Invisible Man because he's invisible. There.
Yeah, see, there you go. You did the thing.
I wish, no, the thing's a different movie. I wish
I
we
made
could,
you watch that, too.
Haul a projector and reels to a con and do, a horror movie night in some of the event rooms. Just, go till midnight just watching,
Well, hell, if I'm ever at GOH at a con somewhere. I mean, if it's a furry con, I'm gonna have to try to keep them vaguely furry related. So I guess maybe focus on the werewolf movies.
feel like, don't even try. Just feel like there is an animal somewhere in this movie.
Spot the animal, win the prize.
I mean, it doesn't have to be fur. I mean, the Klingons have parties at fur cons, They still do that, right?
I have no idea, Jonas. I've never been invited to a Klingon party.
Well, you don't really... I think you just sort of wander in, I mean, that's
Figure that's the kind of thing I expect clowns to do.
Whenever... I didn't even know about the Klingon parties until, I was just... I don't usually go to room parties, even back in the day. A little bit back in the day, but, for the most part, I actually tend to, avoid that because, I'm kind of an introvert. But, my friends would sometimes coax me out of the room, and then we'd go wandering around, and then inevitably we would come to the Klingon party.
Inevitably, as one does.
Simon says the Klingons didn't. Simon says the Klingons didn't do FC this year. Apparently, cost was the problem, though. No, you have to say something like, "Oh, they're busy fighting in another sector."
Hey, is Miller still with us? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Well, we're sort of...
I'm here.
He's roosting.
Are you enjoying the flow of conversation, Miller?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Are we podcasting too much? I mean, I can,
No.
I am enjoying this. I'm just... Right now, it's sort of... There's not a lot to comment on other than Rick sort of weaving around like a kite. See, now I'm leaning to and fro whenever Rick's maneuvering through the cloud stuff.
Well, you know what, Jonas? That happens sometimes. It's
No, I
a
always
known
do.
phenomenon known as cloud tilt.
No, but I in any kind of weavy racing kind of game, I'll be like, oh, and then just sort of like tip myself about 30 degrees left or right.
Oh, are you like the kids on the video game commercials who are like always leaning when they're doing the with the controller, like yeah, back and forth?
Yeah, and yeah, that's the noise I make.
That is the noise they make. It's the noise I make.
But yeah, I did that. I did that back in the day.
One
I didn't play a
second.
lot of racing games, but like Star Fox. Star Fox, I'd be leaning back and forth.
Something crystal joke.
Yeah. People still send me crystal links. Hey, there's a new picture of crystal.
I still
That
send
you
you
don't
crystal
see.
links regularly.
Yes,
I'm
you
one
do.
of those people. I'm like,
I
hey,
remember
look,
I-
Jonas, it's Crystal, and she's got most of her clothes off, if not all of them.
Thank you. Yeah. Not that she had a lot to begin with.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the best things about her.
Yeah, I remember when I first bought Star Fox Adventures, I was like, this is pretty cool looking.
It's a really good character trait. Not wearing very many clothes.
Adventures was actually one of my favorite GameCube titles. Although Star Fox purists will insist it's not a good Star Fox game because it really wasn't a Star Fox game to begin with.
Yeah,
suppose-
I feel like Adventures really would have benefited from being allowed to be its own thing instead of being
Yeah.
shoehorned into Star Fox.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
funny
mean, it
is,
did give us Crystal, so
I mean, the funny thing is, when I was looking at it back then, I said it could have done better. It could have done well with the Star Fox thing, but the front is shoehorning it into like how it ended was the dumb part. I said it didn't
Yeah.
have to be like that.
the main problem was that it was clearly, very, very clearly, that was a late stage edition, all the
Yeah.
Star
I didn't
Fox
feel the
stuff.
cold
Yeah,
And they
until I
didn't really
reappeared.
have time to realize it properly. Like, if it had been built into it that way from the ground up, or if they had simply had more time to incorporate it more smoothly, then it would have been... I mean, not that the end result was terrible, though it really shows signs of being rushed, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, the most of the worst things about the game are stuff towards the end of it.
yeah.
But it's
I mean, it was beautiful for a GameCube game back then.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
There were some great visuals in that game, like the
GameCube.
part where
GameCube
you
was
could
the-
like climb up and down ladders with Crystal, absolutely breathtaking.
Thank you.
And the parts where like you could position the camera just right when Crystal was in the crystal.
Okay.
Look, I mean, look at all the details in their fur and the ear twitching and all that. I was like, that is
Oh,
just
yeah.
so adorable.
Yeah, all the details in Crystal's crystal.
In
Don't
the
forget
middle
the
of horror
butt. Don't forget the butt.
There was a house.
Didn't
No, let's talk about Fox. How good was he in the game?
It was fine.
How good looking was he?
Tucked in below the
You just
overhang
want to
wall.
scratch his ear. Okay.
Wooden beams
I
and
mean,
mud
yes, I
brick
would have
walls,
scratched his ears
shutters,
because Fox McCloud is a very
large
good
enough for
boy.
two families to
Yeah.
argue over.
Not everybody can
Would've
pull off
been
wearing a
easier on Iron,
bandana
some
around the
brand
neck.
and
Okay.
But here,
That's right.
it was impossible.
But
Music was something else too, though. When I first played it, I still remember a lot of the good music.
I remember like the saxophone solo for
yeah,
was-
that happened. That happened. Well, that happened.
Next thing you know, they're playing. I'm gonna take you for a ride from Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay.
I forget. Did she ever become an unlockable in Smash?
So far, she's only been an assist trophy in any of
okay.
the Smash games.
Okay.
I looked at the Smash Trophy in Ultimate when I had a chance. It looks like they put enough like detail into her fighting comp that she was looking like she was going to be an addition.
Take a
I'm pretty
look.
sure
Maybe
that's the look.
they're maybe whenever the next iteration of Smash comes out on the next Nintendo whatever, they'll finally add her as a playable.
Oh, they used the like the skin tight suit from Assault.
No, there's also the loincloth one, because there was this huge thing with furries like realizing that the model of in her loincloth was like going commando. And they're like, in certain animations you can see her butt cheeks.
Yeah, but she has like And like, there's never anything there. It's not like they're gonna
Look, it's
spend
there
a
in our
ton.
hearts, Jonas.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's a weird place. Um,
It's well,
I
listen,
was
I have a condition.
I, I was actually very surprised and very happy that they went with the Star Fox Adventure costume when it came in the Ultimate. So kudos to Nintendo for that. I figured at that point it was too daring for them to do something like that, but no, they did.
Well, you know what? It wasn't too daring for me.
Wait, was she testing the floor?
All right, Rick's playing a game.
Yeah, he is.
The ghosts.
I'm liking the game, but
still
I sort of got lost like what
looking,
we were trying to do when I
reading,
walked away for a minute.
doing whatever ghosts
See.
do.
They have the
house
journal
was
through
empty,
line. But
but it hadn't been abandoned.
I came back to seeing everybody nerded out about CODs.
who knows? Figures, yeah. I mean, you gotta play the original to really appreciate just like where that game comes from. Because yeah, one of these days I'm gonna play Star Fox 2.
Yeah, since there are ways that you can legally play it now.
Yeah.
You know, Jennifer, I know what everybody's saying about Ultimate, but I'll be honest with you. Yes, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a Smash game for tons of years. I think Ultimate is pretty much like the linchpin of Smash right now.
Yeah, it's
But-
weird. They're skipping a bunch of stuff for the Switch. Like, there's no Smash for the Switch. I don't think there's no
Ultimate.
there's no Metroid for the Switch. There's no Star Fox for the Switch.
Well, okay, hang on. First of all, there
Metroid.
is a Smash. There is a Smash for the Switch.
Oh,
That
there's
is
a-
Ultimate.
Yes, And there's Metroid
Second of all,
Dread.
there is actually a Metroid for the Switch.
and I will
But they,
I will go to nerds
Oh,
on
that's right.
that.
Dread's on the Switch. That's right. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not surprised there's no Star Fox for the Switch because Nintendo kind of treats the Star Fox franchise less like a video game series and more like a tech demo. So basically, they do a new iteration of Star Fox when they have some new tech idea that they want to test out.
Like the FX chip or the
Or the Rumble Pack,
Rumble Pack
or
yeah, that makes sense.
the Wii U tablet motion stuff. Like, so
right.
Ooh.
yeah. I don't think the Switch had anything that they wanted to test that would have worked well with a Star Fox game. So
He's implying that somebody died here.
Hey, do you remember the fat ass controllers that the Dreamcast had, like the big thicky ones?
yes.
Yeah, those are.
I never had
gross.
Dreamcast.
And it had like the little mini Tamagotchi thing in it that I.
The VMU.
Yeah.
I never heard a lot of people saying that there were a lot of good arcade games for Dreamcast, though.
Dreamcast had a lot of actually good games on it. It was the only console that I ever pre-ordered and acquired on its launch day. I
Nice.
got the Dreamcast and Sonic Adventure on the day they launched, which I will always remember. It was September 9th, 1999, because it was 99.99. They were making a big deal out of that. And at the time, it was considered one of the most successful console launches ever. And then, like, 2 months later, was annihilated by the PlayStation 2.
I'm trying to think if I knew anybody who had a Dreamcast. I think there might have been. I knew this one spoiled, rotten, rich kid in Orange County who had like this like stupid big ass condo, and I think he
And
either had
this awful face, and this stinky
he had
butt.
like no he had
and-
like the bleached surfer hair, like parting down the
Oh,
middle with
God.
the skater hair,
Oh,
and he was just utterly spoiled rotten. Like I actually did see him throw a tantrum one time. And he had what did he have? He had a couple systems. I don't remember if it was an N64 or a Dreamcast, but yeah, I think it might have been a Dreamcast. No, I must remember he introduced me to the X series of Mega Man. I never actually played any of the X games prior to that. But yeah, I think maybe he had a Dreamcast.
Well, maybe he did.
I'm kind of lost in nostalgia land right now. Sorry. That's got to be off. That little comma thing. That's what I would guess. It looks simple enough to be like a yeah.
Excuse me.
Ooh. Maybe. Uh. Wait. Hang on. Got the wiki jiggy. And the upside down dually value. Okay.
We are looking at a chest.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Treasures of great value. Yeah. That. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Happy robot.
Sad robot. Happy robot. Sad robot. Anyway, sorry.
Nice one.
I don't know why it's. Sad robot. What's wrong with me?
Why does he have hands? I mean, does he need?
Jonas, you can't just ask someone why they have hands. God, did you see that freaking? It was one of those tweets that everybody makes fun of because it's a bigot trying to say something, and then they end up saying something really stupid unintentionally. They were like talking about things that women don't have, and like it started with like Adam's apples, and then it went on to like muscles and hands. It's like women don't have hands.
It's true.
I immediately thought of like freaking that whole Diogenes
After
chicken
the dead
thing,
air of
except
the
he's holding
house,
up like a
it was
snake
good
and
to
he's
see
like,
the sun
"Behold, a
again."
woman!"
Miller, you awake? Miller.
More complicated words.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. What we got here? Okay, I see the. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, yeah. There's a little water. Dry channel, water.
So it's finally confirmed water for me.
Right. Let's see. Do we have any at the hook? No, that's not the same hook. Are those all unknown symbols?
Oh, we're at a
Christ.
river that's between two houses. Water separates
Oh yeah.
us.
Yeah.
That makes
Hmm.
sense.
Oh yeah, these ones are really different. See,
Uh, there's the double thing that Cry has. There's a little. Yeah, that one has another symbol that's compounded in Cry. Die.
Emperors never die.
Emperor's demand slice.
Slice. Emperor's.
I'm looking at the options here.
Um.
Yeah, it seems like never
I-
die is
Never.
going to be on a shrine.
Well, okay, Miller. God, I don't know.
So far, Emperors never die makes the most sense, but not sure.
Miller.
Miller?
Hmm.
Hey, Mary, you doing? If you doing okay there, bud?
I'm fine. What's going on?
Yeah, you falling asleep.
Miller,
I'm
you
not
keep
falling
falling
asleep.
asleep.
Okay, were you? All right, fine.
I don't know what you're hearing over my microphone, but I'm not falling asleep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Couldn't tell it was a snick. It sounded like you were snickering. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go, crash ship.
Oh,
And you wanted to go back.
Yeah. Jeez.
Hey, we've got to go back. Back to Eoxia.
oh, I just noticed right there, Miller. Your mic was breaking up. Actually, okay. When the mic was breaking up, it sounded like you were snoring.
So Rambo's trying to explosively propel himself off the moon.
You get DuckTale vibes here. Peter says, "Well, that is a challenge for someone else. I went broke after spraying the bird yesterday." I still didn't see them. I heard everybody talking about it in chat yesterday. Oh yeah, now
It was. It felt like a bonus feature, like an unlock.
Maybe it was.
You unlock burb spray.
Burp.
Why doesn't Twitch have an achievements list? That would be awesome. Like a bunch of like bonus badges you can get for doing like dumb shit.
That sounds like such a pain to implement.
Probably,
Too
yeah.
many things to look
I'm
at
like,
here.
why can't you just do the thing? It's coding's easy, right? You just type the keyboards with these brackets.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it works,
That's
Miller.
how-
You just sit in front of the computer and you type "do thing," and then it does thing, right? That's coding, right? It's just like how you artists, you just sit down in front of your computer and you push the make art
Yeah,
button.
I look at the tablet and go, bah! So
I mean,
Like
if
you
I were your
scare the tablet until it creates art.
I did jazz hands too. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's very
I'll just
scientific.
I'll put on my Fried Hurricane hockey mask and start writing horror movies.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys can't. You'll see it at TFF, but I gesture a lot when I'm.
It's true. When he's doing his nonsense, he does gesture quite a bit.
So you're saying you speak Italian?
Well, Jewish.
Bosh, I clipped it.
Ding,
Jewish Italian.
That happens.
I mean,
Oh.
yes, I know it
Ding.
happens.
But yeah, it's not that different. All right, let's see. Us. Great. I don't know. I'd go with great, but shrug.
As we have grade over here, we have like
Oh,
lots of
that's right, you
those
do-
swishes.
You do have great.
I think
Maybe
this would be tiny.
There's a tiny worth.
You fool, Remba.
Too late, you sprayed the cat.
Whoops.
Sorry?
Come here, we're gonna spritz you with the spray bottle, GC. You've been a bad kitty.
You know how Puss in Boots hisses when he's spraying with the bottle?
To be fair, I would also hiss if someone sprayed me with a bottle.
I was watching this great clip.
Also, did I just see Miller on Twitch?
Oh yeah, he's one of the forums, inexplicably.
I mean, it's easily explainable.
Nope,
Not
it's
that
a
I'm
complete
going
mystery.
to.
Complete mystery. It's one of the great mysteries of coding. All the possible stochastic possibilities of endless forms that Wes could take. One of them is somehow Miller. The universe is mysterious and glorious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Your holographic head. Couldn't afford a real head, could you? Okay then.
Don't you lecture me with your holographic haircut.
I never lecture anyone with any kind of haircut. I only lecture people with my mouth.
Nice. I don't need advice from a Roomba with arms, okay?
Or
I'm
did,
mock-
eh?
I'm
What are you gonna
mocking
do
the
with those
robot.
arms? Huh? You gonna like grab things?
Oh my god, are y'all trying to do the burp spray? See, it's like it's an achievement, you know? It's one of those things. It's like one of those like rapid button combos. Go bird spray, bird spray, bird spray.
Kitty Rick. Pet. Joni, don't spray Kitty Rick. Although I liked how he sprayed him while I was petting it, and basically closed his eyes like he's enjoying it.
It's cute.
It's cute. All of Rick's forms are cute, especially that giant, horrendous monster.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Kitty Rick.
Nope, especially Monster.
Maybe.
I
Oh.
think
Duck season, rabbit season.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
My favorite form for West out of the current batch might be Mouse. I'm gonna go with Mouse.
Is that just because you want to yeet that one,
I
Jonas?
don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I will invent a superpower to throw moose at people that dare imply that cats are not cute.
None of us implied that cats weren't cute.
But there
At
were
least I
better
didn't. I
things.
can't speak for Jonas.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, well, I'm grabbing a moose right now then.
Emperor.
If you hear antlers in the background, it's GC.
Let's see. Yeah.
I hear antlers in the
Protects us
background.
all. Nice.
There's a lot more intuition in this game than you'd think from actual linguistics.
But yeah, Mouse, Stoat, and maybe like Wrinkle.
You
Wrinkle's
cope
pretty cute.
somehow. Okay.
Man,
I like that.
In the yard
you
behind the
you
house, there were
sounded
tools.
so
Plots of
California
wood,
there
washing
for a
machines,
second,
dry.
Jonas.
It's because I'm
It was like
tired.
the owner had
You're like
slipped inside
mouse
for a
No,
drop
toad.
before
It
they
comes
came back
out
to
more
chop
when
wood.
it legitimately comes out more when I'm tired.
Not trust me,
Someone had
I
been building a
understand. The
life from this
Louisiana
miserable
comes out of
rock.
me more when I'm tired too.
A lot of
It
customers at
like
work.
it flows out of my mouth like ectoplasm in a 19th century seance.
Hey, y'all gone down to the bayou today and get yourself some crawdaddies?
Wow, I
Exactly.
just went like Squidbillies there.
That did sound a bit Squidbilly-ish. Squidbilly-esque.
You all gone to talk to the mayor yet? He said he's gonna give every single American a gun. I got mine, and then I shot him in the face. It's great. Love America.
That sounds like South Park.
I was thinking
Sounds
today
like
about
Texas.
Yeah, I was thinking today about how much I love do what. Just do what.
Do what
Do
now?
what. Do what. It's just such a great thing to say.
Do what now?
Like, even if you understand what they're saying, you just gotta look at them and go, do what?
Do what now?
Do what?
Do what now?
Anyway. Okay, let's see. Never.
Oh, wow. Just like Nevermore.
Never. Pilgrims. Forget.
This is very clearly a memorial.
Okay. Okay.
But to whomst?
Turns out it actually says never water, and it's just a planting pot for a cactus.
Actually, there was an option for Never Rest, and someone's like, this one's the grave for the person they never forgive. I mean, think about that context.
I would not have known those. I would not have realized immediately that those were graves. Like, those look like box gardens. But well,
Sometimes a grave can be a box garden.
you're not wrong.
I mean, you've got the box. You've got the garden.
I say I appreciate the art in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I joke around, but this game is actually pretty well done.
I like they drew a lot of her actions in this game, and that's something I like the detail in. Game's 3D, but she's totally like completely drawn.
And there it was, just lying there. The greatest treasure I ever found. From inside the coffer,
Excuse me.
from the distant past of the Nebula's
Dang.
once great empire. It was
We'll
a
be
crown.
right back.
Thanks for the warning.
Was the Emperor living out here like a hermit?
That's two entirely different tarot cards.
Should have put it on.
So when some kind of emperor in exile.
Or maybe he ran away.
That's a very long thing. We... If this is... That separates. This is very similar. We something all. See. We...
Would be funny if it was one of those we watch all, we see all, we separate all kind of thing. But they're not all saying that, so.
Do you remember everything we are...
We lose nothing. We remember everything, we lose all, we something all.
Back.
Welcome back. You were missed.
I would guess nothing, maybe.
Keep it dark if it was hope, but yeah. So,
Very close to water. Either nothing or hope. Wish? We watch everything. We watch what? We lose. We are.
did it imply that he these are his own words or just engraved on the ground?
I feel like hope or wish is like the only thing that really works here. It's like a sentence structure. Remember what we are. Like end of sentence. A hope or wish we know all.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ty, it has to follow a sentence structure like English, because if it didn't follow a sentence structure like English, then it would be actually untranslatable to a person that did not have a linguistics degree.
Mm.
But that's half the fun.
Well, I mean, I'd have fun with it. What were we podcasting about again?
I don't know. I think we've changed subjects a few times.
Do it.
Come on, this is the most interesting place we've been.
Yeah. Oh.
All are one.
Something on the lintel.
Oh, let's see. Die. It's very similar to die. Maybe live? Live or closed? I'll live. It's very similar to never.
I'll live again.
Never. It's very similar to never.
Okay.
Yeah. Hook. Never value. Forever?
That's what I'm saying.
That's yeah. Okay. That might be realistic. Sure.
Never end forever.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what they mean. What? That just means you've mistranslated it.
Yeah, I think we mistranslated.
No, it
You
can't be
can't
that
read
I made
something
a
like written
mistake.
above a door and be like, clearly they don't understand their own language. Like, what?
Oh shit! What do we got?
Hey?
I probably.
Yeah. Because I think we has that like big collection of
Like,
ticks, which means multiple. So
It's got a
Ew,
lot of
why
ticks.
are we
maybe-
collecting ticks?
Yeah, Mooney's bath. Okay.
I don't
Same
think
brain
something
cell.
this long would be and. It'd
Yeah,
just be
no,
annoying.
Probably good guarded maybe.
so
I don't know.
it's similar to know. So right. So maybe like record knowledge.
Well, it's got the die hook at the end there, and it's got several parts of the die compound.
Fear could be one too, actually.
Strange.
Definitely
no.
isn't goddess.
No, it's not goddess. I'm gonna guess stranger because remember,
I think I'm just stabbing at it, but I think it might be I fear death.
we remember.
Mm.
Okay. I'm right. All right. Maybe it's not right.
Maybe it's wrong.
Yeah, thank you.
Because it wasn't comfy. It doesn't look like it was well kept.
I'm convinced that that is I at the beginning. I'm not 100% convinced, but I'm pretty sold on that. It looks close enough to we that
It could be I fear death. I just don't know why that would be the inscription here.
Well, terrible sleeping conditions, I think.
Try it. Is she doubtful about it?
Okay. Well, yeah. If the idea, yeah, I was someone who was lying down, was like bedridden, and they like could tell that they were eking out their final moments.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like something you would scratch into a bedpost or something.
I just love how constantly annoyed she looks. Just like, really? Like, I'd put up with this alien script on some
Yeah,
crappy.
she's got some real strong RBF going on.
Or didn't she say she doesn't want to come here and see a whole bunch of people dead while doing this investigation? She's like, oh, here we go, another death.
Jonathan removed a device of some kind.
RBF stands for resting bitch face.
Yes.
It just refers to the fact that like the neutral expression you have in your face looks like you're angry, even though you actually have are trying. You're not putting any expression into it.
Yeah.
Heavy roll of paper.
What do I got? That's got to be hand. That looks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Pilgrim God? I don't know.
This is not related to the word God.
Oh God, everybody.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
was
sure
just
this
throwing
isn't
that.
death. So is it stranger or friend?
No.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna guess.
Here's the thing: is I think that in the word never, I think that big circle glyph is like a negation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it might be friend. I think it's supposed to be some kind of positive connotation.
Yeah. Let's see.
Whenever we get that, I should say that came with
Do
the walking legs,
citizen.
whenever you get the cane with the two legs on, I always get some sort of a title on there, like a title name, like
Mhm.
Pilgrim, Empire, Empress.
Yeah. So it might be like a mark of status.
You can't go in through there.
No, I can. I don't believe you can enter the rubble. Doesn't look like.
You enter the rubble, you fall down, die. Game over.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
See you tomorrow. No.
Mythics and her crew like finished out like this like epic D&D campaign they've been playing for like months or something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
I remember when
I
someone
haven't
asked
finished
me,
my last like 3 or 4 campaigns I was involved in.
Did they do the thing? Did they kill the BBG or whatever it
The
is you do?
BBGs. They killed the RBF.
No, the BBG, the big bad guy.
I don't actually. I need to watch the VOD, but it was pretty epic.
It was
Apparently.
cuckoo bananas.
It was Cuckoo Bananas exactly.
It was Bananarama.
I remember when my brother was asking me, like, what's D&D? I said,
It's the quickest way for 80s kids to get
Let me
tempted
get out of here.
down the path of Satan.
Hell yeah.
Can't we go over there?
and I remember I drew like a 5x5 grid paper, and I said, this is a dungeon. This is, you got to get to the center of it. You got to roll dice to fight the monsters and win or lose. That was my description of Dungeons and Dragons back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's as accurate or as inaccurate as anything.
Keep in mind, I only had a glimpse knowledge of what D&D rules are like.
D&D is something where I just, had I been older at that time, I would have been into it. But when it was hitting its like major popularity peak, I was too young to appreciate it.
I mean, it hit its major popularity peak in 2020, Jonas.
Okay, you know what? Fair, fine, true. Yeah, and also your face.
I only started getting interested when Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic
Stoker.
came out.
Oh,
Yes.
You remember this, right?
I don't know.
This,
What is
this
it?
figure?
that's the dummy thick.
This the thick water goddess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Stoker remembers.
And it was inside the cactus.
You know, which is as you do.
Um,
No, that's bless.
like yeah,
It's goddess bless something.
something relatively simple. Bless this little weed.
Hey, Jonas, you heard about all the recent kerfuffle around D&D since you brought up D&D, right?
Actually, no.
You didn't hear about this?
Loop me in. I'm not cool like you, Stoker.
Jonas, this made it onto, like, CNN.
Yeah, this is a big deal. It was so Wizards of the Coast has a thing called the OGL, the Open Gaming License.
Oh
It
yeah,
allows
go
people
on.
to
Go on.
create third-party scenarios and stories inside of D&D and be able to sell them and make money off of it and all this kind of stuff. Wizards basically wanted to rescind all of that and basically say, no, you have to buy everything first party, and if you try to make your own stuff, we'll C&D it.
Right, I remember this now.
Yeah, they were
interested.
introducing a
then-
royalty structure, and oh man.
Yeah, and combined with that was also a content creators contract that basically said you had to only say good things about D&D and you had to sign up for the subscription thing, so you literally had to
Holy-
pay a monthly fee to be a content creator for Dungeons and Dragons, and they also got to decide what you said.
Oh my god, that is so money grubbing. It's just pathetic.
Yeah, and someone decided to leak this to the press early because of how egregious it was.
Yeah, it was
And-
basically one of the employees was like whistleblowing. They're like, "This is awful. This is literally the worst thing I've ever seen. People need to know."
And it caused like the shitstorm to end all shitstorms.
God, I mean,
So Simon Tesla, here's the thing: they said they're going to reverse course. They have not done any of that yet. They have made no actual motions to say, "Hey, we are reinstating the old OGL" or anything.
See,
For
'cause
what it
I've
seems
been
like now,
told-
it's all blustering.
See, it's because I had actually been told that as of a day or two ago, they were doing like a Creative Commons thing. But yeah, I don't know, but it almost doesn't matter at this point because all the for one thing, they've lost a ton of subscribers to their D&D Beyond.
Oh yeah, that was
site.
also the thing that I'm kind of hoping there'll be a class action about is people started unsubscribing from their subscription service en masse, and they closed the unsubscribe site, so you physically could not unsubscribe for them for a couple of days because they just like deleted that page, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah, they got so many people unsubscribing all at once that it crashed the site multiple times.
It was not crashed.
It wasn't?
They were told to take it down. Management told their website management team to take it down.
Oh my god.
So it was not
worse
it was
and
not an
worse.
accident. They purposefully made it so people could not unsubscribe anymore.
This
Again,
just
that's
gets worse
that's why I
and
think it's
worse.
like class action worthy. Is like you cannot force people to pay for a product, especially right after you make changes to that product.
Mm-hmm. My God, that's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah, so multiple other companies that had been using the OGL, like Pathfinder, Cobalt Press, various other major ones, are currently collaborating on a perpetually open gaming license that they're calling, I forget what the acronym stands for, but they're calling it the ORC, the ORC.
Yeah, nice.
And like, I don't think, like, D&D obviously isn't going to die, but I think they have just destroyed their like multi-decade stranglehold on the tabletop scene overnight. I do not believe they will be able to fully recover from this. Like,
Well,
there's still gonna be the biggest game in town, but I think they're gonna go probably from like a 70 to 80% market share down to like a 60 or 65% one after the dust is settled.
Darkness.
maybe they'll learn their lesson.
Maybe. I mean, I'm skeptical, but and even if they do finally 100% walk everything back, like the damage they've done to the good faith that the community had in them over all these decades will take probably at least another 10 years to undo. And it's crazy because like a lot of the things that have contributed so much to D&D's like huge explosion in popularity in recent years were things that were going to be targeted by this, like the various podcasts and whatnots.
Hold on 1 second, sir. I just want to see what's going on. What's happening?
Said, hey, what's going on? And he prays. Sorry.
Doing the meme, not the actual song.
I mean, does anybody do the actual song anymore?
Nice.
Oh my God, do I pray?
Yeah, Ty. Best thing I could see, the best thing I can understand with them doing the content creator thing is they were looking at stuff like Critical Role, and they're just like, we should be making like 80% of their money. They should not get to have any money. They're using our content, and therefore all the profit should be ours.
But
it's
the
like,
crazy
that's not
thing is
how that works.
The crazy thing is, like, things like Critical Role and Acquisitions Incorporated and stuff like that, one, are largely responsible for their huge growth and popularity in recent years, and two, some of them were directly, like, inspired by people within Wizards of the Coast, within the D&D team, being like, we want more content based around D&D and encouraging people to make it. And, like, freaking everybody who plays the game, at bare minimum, unless, you know, they were pirating things, and how can you stop people from pirating your freaking book PDFs? But everyone who wanted to play the game, at bare minimum, had to buy, like, 2 or 3 specific books that only Wizards of the Coast makes, even if they're doing third-party stuff, you know? You still need the player's handbook. If you're trying to DM, you still need the DM's manual and the monster manual and all that. And again, like I said, you could pirate it, but like if you were gonna pirate this stuff, you weren't gonna pay for anything. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Picking up on throwing down. It was literally a system where they could let everybody else do the work for them And
Race is
just
the boyfriend manual.
boyfriend manual. Yes, yes. That's the Bard's version.
I was talking with a friend today about this, and they were being like, "Why are they even trying to be so strong about it anyway? Because it's like barely anything in the D&D manual isn't already content that didn't exist in like fairy tales or whatever. Like the only thing you could say in the monster manual, at least, like the only thing you could say is original is stuff like the Displacer Beast or the Beholder."
Mm-hmm. And those were always copyrighted. Those were always those weren't included in third-party stuff because the original OGL spelled out which things were fair game and which things weren't. And things that were specific trademarks or copyrights, like Beholders or Displacer Beasts, you know. I just think it's really funny that they would pull this all these decades later when the original first edition of D&D had to change a lot of terminology after getting sued by the Tolkien estate. Because they were using terms like hobbits and balrogs.
Also, Rick, we're getting close to midnight.
Yep.
Yeah, we are.
But we did learn a lot from that place.
I didn't learn nothing.
Did Tolkien invent the word Balrog?
I mean, Tolkien invented whole languages.
Well, all right, fair.
I don't know about Balrog though. I feel it might be like one of those things, like a lot of Tolkien stuff, where it's like if you go look at the original Norse epics, you'll probably find it somewhere in there.
No,
All right, Balrog origin.
No, yeah. Apparently, it's it sounds like Russian or Slavic, I should say, but apparently it's Tolkien's creation. I didn't.
All right.
I'd say it's a symbol, yeah.
Many praise. Sorry. That's still in my head.
You know, Mythic's often to do like a one-off D&D, like a short D&D thing for me. Like if I wanted to jump back into it, I might take her up on it.
I might jump in there with you so as to maximize the nonsense.
All right. I'll poke you if we do that. Maybe I'll stream it. Who knows?
God, there will be such regrets. All
right.
I always wanted to do something like that, but mainly because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done any D&D.
Well, something.
But until then, more Heaven's Vault next time.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming out to see this one.
Yes,
Indeed.
thank you all so much.
Yeah.
This game is
Bless your faces, each and every one of them.
Mwah, I kiss your face, I bless you.
Bird kisses.
Okay, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.